one of the most iconic golf players in history, Tiger Woods is a name you just can't miss. And if there's one thing about him, he never lets anything slide. Even if it was 20 years ago, it was reported that a caddy trash-talked Woods at the President's Cup in 2000, and he finally got his revenge for it. To know more about the story, keep watching. First up, the Tiger Who incident? In 2000, Tiger Woods was arguably at his peak. He was having an extraordinary season, and of course, when you're doing so well, you end up making some enemies along the way. The 46-year-old rival at the time was a three-time major winner, Vijay Singh, who also happened to be the only barrier between Tiger and a Grand Slam year. And when the two were pitted against each other in the President's Cup, it was the one match everyone was looking forward to. And boy, was there some drama. At the practice tee before the match, Singh's caddy, Tesori, wore a cap with the words "Tiger Who" embroidered on the back. The fans were shocked, and what really made the situation even crazier was when Vijay waved it off by saying that he did, in fact, see the text on the cap and stated, "Why not?" And it did seem like this threw Woods off his tracks for a little while. As the much-awaited match started off, great for Singh. In fact, he was leading till the 4th hole in the 18-hole match. However, Woods was able to redeem himself and win the game on the 17th hole and have the last laugh as Team USA was able to win the President's Cup. Up next, Tiger's revenge. But it looks like the winning the cup wasn't revenge enough for Woods. Almost 20 years later, he's been able to have his full circle moment. It was reported that recently Woods and caddy Tesori had another meeting, but this time with a different cap. This time, Woods was the one wearing the cap, and it read Paul Who and underneath 2-1. By then, Tesori had stopped caddying for Singh and caddied for American golfer Webb Simpson, and this meant that the two were on the same side at the 2019 President's Cup. Woods shared a picture of him smiling alongside Simpson with the cap, indicating that all was good between them. Moving forward, Vijay and Tiger's rivalry. The two golfers' rivalry is one for the history books, and Woods' longtime caddy, Steve Williams, was able to give some more details regarding their relationship. On a podcast, Williams talked about their rivalry and stated that the two had a love-hate relationship. He stated that there is no player that spends more time practicing than Singh does, and while he did have an amazing stretch, it would be hard to compare him to Woods. He went on to say that Vijay always viewed Woods as a threat and stated that their relationship was complicated. That was because while the two did have deep respect for one another, they also wanted to beat each other's brains out. Yikes. Coming up, Woods' other verbal spats. Vijay isn't the only enemy Woods has made along the way. In fact, he has a whole list of them. He's had occasional disagreements with plenty of players, and it has gotten pretty bad sometimes. One of his rivalries was the Spanish professional golfer Sergio Garcia, one that started in the 2002 and existed to this day. Allegedly, Woods said something that Garcia did not appreciate, and when he did not apologize, that just made the 42-year-old furious, and the two have had bad blood since. The next player Woods does not get along with is Ian Poulter. Nothing big really happened between the two except that Poulter claimed that he sees him and Tiger as the two players at the top of their game. However, Ian is almost irrelevant at this point and Woods is more popular than ever. Phil Mickelson remains to be Woods' biggest rival, and as the two players seem to be at odds with one another, it reportedly got even worse when the American golf player proved his skill and became a contender on tour. While they always seem to be respectful to one another, the Ryder Cup was an example of that. When paired, the two don't really make the dream team. The two haven't really been caught in a fight as big as Vijay and Woods, though probably because Mickelson is too soft-spoken across the line. Wrapping it up with Woods' other rivals. It seems like Tiger is famous for not only being an incredible golf player, but for having a lot of bad blood with different players. Another one of his rivals is professional golfer Stephen Ames. In Tiger's defense, Ames was the one to start the fight since he stated that there was fair chance of him beating Woods and getting at his level. In the very next match, Woods put him in his place and showed him who was boss. And clearly, Woods believes that actions are louder than words. Rory McIlroy and Tiger's rivalry is ongoing, and it seems like it will never come to an end. McIlroy had a reputation for being honest, and sometimes that gets the best of him. In one of his moments, he ended up saying a bit too much about Woods, which he admitted he regretted. Woods, however, surprisingly outwardly praised him and stated he understood all was said in the heat of the moment. And another one of his opponents, Johnny Miller, seems to have a big issue with everything Tiger does. Miller has never been silent about his feelings towards Tiger and has even been called petty by a few, and has been called out to be using Tiger for media attention. Woods has, however, not reciprocated by words and yet again just actions, as he remains to be at the top of his game to this day. Other related news. First up, Tiger Woods shows up at his own 3-par course. Tiger Woods has seen over the weekend at the Hay, the most famous Pebble Beach par 3 course that the major champion redesigned in 2021. It was also reported that Woods produced some highlights, including him sinking this bomb on the massive putting course adjacent to the 9th green. As he tweets by TaylorMade point out, Woods was at Pebble over the weekend for the inaugural TGR-JR Invitational, an event that took place over 3 days and featured a field of 30 boys and girls from different backgrounds. In the opening 2 qualifying rounds, rounds took place at The Hague, and those who qualified got to play in the final round at the links at Spanish Bay. Tiger, of course, was still the main attraction and played an incredible game that now has everyone excited for his comeback. Next up, Nota Begay III announces the return of Tiger Woods. Many hope that Tiger Woods could return to the golf courses as soon as possible. Speaking to Sirius XM's PGA Tour Radio, Nota Begay III reported that he thinks the legendary golfer could be back soon, and he stated that he knows that as soon as Woods feels like he can be competitive, we'll get to see him. He went on to say that Woods might potentially surprise everyone, and we might get to see him in the fall at the Hero World Challenge. Could very well be the next destination for him. Although not on the list of names, 3 Hero exemptions are still left, and Nota reassured fans that Woods might be introduced as a late-minute introduction of a cart rule, and Begay went on to say that he might show up at the pseudo champion or the pre-champions event out there. He concluded by saying that this will just be another chance to see how far Tiger has come in his career. Finally, Tom Kim matches with Tiger Woods PGA Tour. South Korean professional golf player Tom Kim became the first since Tiger Woods to claim 2 PGA Tour victories before turning 21. By winning the Shriners Children's Open, the 20-year-old benefited from Patrick Cantlay's triple bogey finish to win by 3 shots in Las Vegas. Woods earned his first 2 tour wins in 1996. Talking about his latest achievement, Kim stated that it was amazing and that he felt like a 5-year-old kid in Disneyland. Kim stated that a few months ago, he didn't even have any status in the US, and now being a 2-time winner on tour, having that place with Tiger, it's something he could never have imagined. Kim went on to say that it was an honor for him, and it was one of the biggest moments of his life. And he went on to thank his team and stated that he had the time of his life playing on the PGA Tour. Kim began the final round tied for the lead with world number 4, Patrick Cantlay, and the pair were locked together heading into the final hole. The American's wayward drive ended up next to a bush, and he could only hack his ball a couple of feet into deeper trouble, forcing him to take a penalty drop. Cantlay then protected his green by hitting his 4th shot into a pond. It allowed him to take a victory with a straightforward par as he completed a bogey-free week, and it is now 2 wins in 4 tournaments for Kim, who is still just 20 years old. He's currently 6 months younger than 15-time major champion Woods was when he claimed his 2nd title. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Woods' carefully executed revenge plan? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.